Hi, everyone, and welcome to Take a Pause with Mare and
Melissa.
Lisa, where we will talk about the pause in all of her glory and, not so glory. But we'll have a conversation today that's honest, real, and maybe a little bit funny. So let's grab some coffee and get to talking, right? That's what
Let's
we do.
go.
Yes. Today we have the honor and privilege to have our friend Jen on today. She is can I say, perimenopausal? And we're going to talk to Jen and her journey and how she has found some interesting stuff that is going on that I didn't even realize was something for perimenopause. But
All right.
yeah,
Wait, we have an important question first.
yes, we do.
Jennifer, Jennifer, are you, so when it comes to holiday shopping, are you team Black Friday, going out with all the crazy people? Or do you prefer to shop online Cyber Monday? What's your
I'm
take?
definitely Cyber Monday.
Ha!
Yeah.
Mare likes
It
to go on Black
exhausts me to going out with
Friday.
those people.
This concludes our recording of the day. And well, yeah, I'm a Black Friday type of girl. It's great, but okay. But
Anyway,
on to the pause. So, yes. So, again, thank you for being here. We so appreciate you willing to share your journey because, listen, if we don't get it out there, people aren't going to know. And by people, I mean women. So, we're getting it out there. So, tell us your journey.
Tell us tell you my journey. Okay. So really started paying attention when I turned 41 because I was having these stomach issues of um really loud, I called them whale noises, like you could hear after I ate, all this digestion noises, lots of discomfort, pain, nausea, just not normal stuff. So I thought, okay, well, let's try a clear liquid diet. Stop all the supplements. That helped a little bit. And then 2 months later, went to the doctors, specifically for this. And so she thought maybe it was my gallbladder, but she ran blood work. I gave a stool sample. We did an abdominal ultrasound. Then I did the HIDA scan, which I slept through, which if you have any gallbladder issues, I hear you don't sleep through
You
those.
do not. That scan is hideous.
Yeah, I was terrified, but I
Yeah,
slept through it. So,
good.
obviously I was fine.
me too.
And then last almost a year later was the colonoscopy part. Within that time, I'm cutting out foods. I'm doing elimination diets, thought maybe lactose, thought celiacs. I have celiacs on both sides of my family. So I was trying all of these things. And 1 minute you're like, yes, this is working, it feels great. And then you're doing the exact same thing and the symptoms come back. So it was really frustrating. I didn't know what to eat, what I could eat. I had lost weight because I didn't know what to eat that would make me feel good. So then I turned 42, I was scared because I got this symptom. It seemed when I turned 41, what other horror was going to come for me when I turned 42? And it was a Sunday morning at, normal 4 a.m. when everyone's awake, watching their phones, and saw a video of a 20-year-old that she was like, oh, before I get my period, I take Pepsid. And I thought, why? That's never heard of that before. So then I went down the research part of that. And here women have high histamine when you're getting your period, around ovulation and then around your period based on your hormones. And so that can lead to a lot of different issues that I have always put to just PMS. So um, based on my research, if you take like a Claritin around ovulation, so for a couple of days, because I'm also not someone who likes to take medication. So I took a Claritin around ovulation and that eased through. My stomach was not making the noises that it had been making for the year. And then I tried to time it around my period and started a day late because I was my poor husband the day before. Um, and then started it that next morning, which was a couple of days before my cycle started, and it was amazing. I felt like a completely different person. I felt like that almost vibrating anger inside of me was gone. Just taking so I took a Claritin and a Pepsid together at that point. Throughout, for supplements, I was taking vitamin C, which is a natural antihistamine, but it also helps you absorb quercetin, quis,
Concerted?
quercetin,
I think that's
um, which helps to lower histamines. And then I'm trying to think of what other. Oh, and then there's a DAO enzyme supplement that your body naturally produces, but when your estrogen comes down, when your progesterone comes down, you stop producing so much of that. So then if you can take that before a meal, or sometimes if I'm just having those stomach noises, I'll take it even after a meal, and that has really helped. So it was really a light bulb of a lot of this could just be from from histamines. So to take antihistamines, even in menopause, I read that stress, like moments of stress, or depending on what you're eating or sleep disturbances and all of that, that even just taking a low dose antihistamine daily really helps to reduce symptoms, or if you know your triggers, to take an antihistamine during those times. And I always think of, well, so I was a kid, so to me they were the older women where they would have the tissue shoved in their sleeve,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
histamine. So
Mhm.
like I had noticed when I was coming around towards my period and the stomach noises started to be made, that my nose would also run. So that's kind of like my idea of like, oh, that's when I need to start taking these antihistamines again to help combat all of that.
Well,
That's amazing.
that is so amazing. And the fact that, well, now so many light bulbs are going on because I was in my 40s when I started having like gluten, just bloating and just like pain, just bloating. And they're like, obviously, you're lactose intolerant. I mean, obviously, I never was, but then you do the whole gluten free diet, and I would still eat gluten free and still not feel well at points. And then you go through that whole mind game of, okay, what's happening? So to me, that's, I mean, I wish I would have known this back then.
Yeah. I mean, even for the girls that are starting their period, like the teenagers, man, if my mom had just given me a Pepsid, how often I would have just been a happier person then.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a Pepsid with M&Ms, that is like an M&M chaser with a Pepsid would be
Yes.
fantastic. That's so interesting. Yeah, and hey, we have the ability now that we can tell the younger girls. We'll be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
you guys, this will really help you." So, I think that is amazing because I didn't even really think about that inflammation and the histamines and everything. And you said this DAO. Who's that DAO? Is that
DAO enzyme.
The diamine oxidase. That's a digestive enzyme. It
oh
helps it helps your body get rid of histamine. It's in your gut. And histamine also, gives you inflammation, like when you have an allergic reaction to something.
right. And
So,
essentially you're having an allergic reaction to food or
right.
something.
Right. I went down a rabbit hole. There are high histamine foods, and I hate to
Oh,
tell you
okay.
that wine is
Uh,
one.
oh God. You can stop
Aged
right there. I don't.
cheese, right? But even squash, tomatoes, avocados, spinach, cured meat, sauerkraut, anything fermented apparently, which I thought that was all good for your gut.
Right? And
I don't
these are
know.
all high with histamines.
Those are all high histamine foods, yeah.
Well,
And then there's other foods that aren't, like high histamine, but they trigger. you to produce the histamine, and that's like nuts, milk, yogurt, fish, pork, chocolate,
I mean, literally everything that I pretty much eat on a football Sunday.
shellfish, wheat,
Yeah,
soy,
you know,
citrus
you're
food, citrus fruit.
yeah,
Yeah.
And
I'm
if
not
you
eating
think,
that on a football day, but I'm having, the pepperoni, cheese, the guac, the
Yeah.
wine.
Right?
I mean, just eating a charcuterie board basically
Yes.
could do a lot of damage.
Yes. What were you saying, Jen?
and if you think you're gonna have an easy night of just having leftovers
Oh yeah.
are high histamine.
Yeah.
As it sits, even if you take it right from the heat and put it in the refrigerator, the food still makes histamines.
Is that weird? Only if you freeze it, I guess. Freezing
Yes.
stops the
Mhm.
histamine reproduction or whatever.
Yeah.
Weird.
Thing.
But
Well,
there are natural antihistamines, and that would
okay.
be ginger, turmeric, and capers. I love me some capers. Want some smoked salmon? That is so good.
Yeah, I do love capers also. That's it? 3?
Well, that's
I
all I
just
can
need to
find.
write down more. I
That's
mean,
all I found.
I saw how you came in really hard with the wine being a high histamine, like,
Sorry.
she's, like, wanting to, like, go, over that one. I was like, yeah, I
There are
wonder
ways to
like
increase your DAO though. Your DAO naturally. Okay. So copper, zinc, and iron. B6, like in oats or tuna or rice.
oh,
Vitamin C, like peppers and broccoli, Brussels sprouts. Do you like Brussels sprouts? Do you guys like Brussels sprouts?
I
They're
Depends on how they're made.
yeah, I
delicious.
do like them, but, like, my stomach doesn't like them, I always say. Like, it's just but maybe, I'll do a case study. I'll do
Mhm.
also, the dog that you hear behind, and it's behind Jen, is Zaid.
Oh, Zaid.
He tries to get into every episode we have.
He's in every episode.
There should have been a disclosure at some point. But, yeah, I think I'll take a Pepsid
Mhm.
and eat the Brussels sprouts and see if that's
Mhm.
any different effect.
Yeah.
I'm on board with this. Who
Yeah,
knew?
Jen
Right?
knew.
Well,
Well, I just found out.
I'm
Well,
glad she
luckily
told us.
yeah, because nobody says anything. Like, when I was going through that, like so I'm 58, so, like, a good 18 years ago, going through this, the only response they gave me was that I was lactose intolerant. That was it.
You thought that too, right, Jen?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I still kind of limit my dairy but it was frustrating because I could have something 1 minute and then the next day eat the exact same thing and then have issues the next day because I never thought about it being a cycle. I always
Right.
Right.
thought it was what I was eating.
I also found some research about how histamines are connected to depression. So that would make sense with like the mood of what happens, in menopause with all of that kind of stuff.
And sleep disorders, like having sleep issues, because
Right.
the histamines are higher at night. So that's
Right.
when
That makes
they
sense.
say to take your antihistamine is at night.
That
And
is amazing. I
maybe
didn't
we'll start
even
sleeping through the night and not have to do our research at 4 a.m.
Right?
hire at night. Like, that's yeah. And
Yeah.
then I don't know what else to say about him, Jen.
He
Poor
has,
Zaid. He
Um
just wants some love,
to the
Jen.
listeners, we took all of his toys away, and
well,
him
see, he has one and it gets stuck behind the chair.
it's awesome. He's basically an only dog child now. So he will find a way to get his toy. But you guys also, when we were talking before, you were talking about how vitamin D and D3, how that also is like has hormone effects on hormones that I didn't
Mhm.
even realize. Learning so much, learning about Pepsid, histamines, and then you were saying about the vitamin D and D3, how that it's like an immune function for cell proliferation, and it regulates other hormones like your estrogen, androgens, and progesterone.
Mhm.
So if we try to take that also at night with, because progesterone I take and that does help with sleep. But if you take that also with the Pepsid and make yourself a nice little,
A cocktail.
Cocktail.
you know, that, yeah, I think that's amazing. Yeah, well, I'm glad that you now know and you have some answers, right? And that, you can continue with the case study. That's all I can really basically say is that we are all just like a case study trying to figure out
Right.
eventually what's going on because there's no answers out there. But if I was speaking with somebody earlier last week, and same thing in their late 40s, they had stomach issues with bloating. They're now dairy free. And it's like, if you take a poll and you listen, every woman in their 40s has been told, "Oh, go dairy free
Mhm.
or gluten free," and but never giving the why.
Mhm. They probably didn't know, too.
True. I'm not
Yeah.
going to give them that much credit, but okay.
Okay, we'll take that away from them. They should have known.
They should have known.
Where's
Yeah,
their research?
yeah. Well, I'm going to add I mean, I don't know how many more I can add to my supplements, but I definitely will do these Pepsid, which I do at night, and I take a Zyzol, like just for the allergy. But it would come about now when it's starting to get cool that I would
Mhm.
stop taking it because there's no sense. But
Mhm.
I'll just keep taking that through the winter and see.
I read that it's supposed to help with, like, hot flashes, skin issues, things like that, so it's not just, well, if you think about histamine, how histamine affects the entire body,
Right.
and then to take something that prevents that, all of our issues are gonna be solved.
Right?
Which brings us to the conspiracy theory that we are
Yes.
talking about, right? So if all of our issues are resolved, right? Like Melissa and I have tried for months to try to figure out why don't docs want to give us the HRT? Like it's proven that it works. It helps helps protect the heart. It has all these great effects, right? Put aside the survey, not survey, but the study that was done in 2002 that it was flawed from the beginning. I don't even say the title or the name of it because I just want it to go away. But put that aside. Why don't they want to give it to? It's like sort of an easy fix at some point. But the conspiracy theory you can never figure out. But you have an idea on what that conspiracy theory is.
Because we, are providing them with money when we have when we have bone issues or we have heart issues, all of that is we take more pharmaceuticals, we do more tests, like we are, I guess, the cash cow of that's my theory, um, of why they
Makes
don't want us
sense.
to get better.
It does make sense. Honestly, I mean, it does make sense. And
And then
we never thought about it that
yeah,
way.
then you throw in there the beauty products that they can
Uh-huh.
sell us and the
Yeah.
plastic surgery procedures that they can sell us. I mean, good job, Jen. I
Yeah.
believe you.
Yeah. The face creams, the neck creams that I'm in so many. I have so many. And then when you get them and you realize, oh, this didn't work, they go into the closet.
Right.
And and then I'm like, well, I feel bad. I spent good money. I don't want to not use it, but let me get this new one because this is going to work. And then so there's quite a pile in there of stuff. But yes, you're right. Like, if everything and we felt great, I think if you feel great inside, your outside, you don't obsess over so
Mhm.
much, right?
Mhm.
But I feel like when you just don't feel good inside, you don't feel good about yourself, and you're not, that's when I know myself, I'll obsess more about, oh my God, I'm getting more gray hairs. Oh, the neck is wrinkled. Oh, you know what? Those jeans are tight because you're trying to fix yourself and fix the inside because you don't know what's going on. So you try to fix the outside. So there would go the cosmetic industry and creams and whatnots and sculpting and just whatever. Because if we were healed from the inside and out, we
Look
would be
out,
like,
world.
man, right?
Yes.
No, no issues. No issues. No issues. No, Melissa's speechless.
I'm just impressed with that conspiracy theory.
I am too.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I
It's
didn't
a
think about
business.
It
it. It is
really is.
it absolutely is a business. And
Was
if you think of though too about all the other businesses that are coming to fruition now, you have all like the movie stars and everything doing everything. Like Halle Berry is saying, "Oh, take this, pendulum. I take it. I feel great." And you see her in the hot tub, and you think, I want to feel that." So you buy it. And for me, it had no effect. And I had been taking it for months, for like a good 6 months, no effect. But I'm like, how can this be? Because I can't imagine that, they would be lying, right?
Yeah.
So you forget to cancel the subscription and then you get another one and whatever. But there's so many people, women out there that are profiting
Mhm.
from telling other women to take something and they know it's not really going to work.
Mhm.
You know what I
I think
mean?
the other part of that is that everyone is different. Everyone's body chemistry or hormones or
Yep,
whatever, everything's different. So like for something Jen tries, maybe it won't work for someone else, but
true.
I mean, you sure should go down that rabbit hole and see what will work for you
Yeah.
for yourself personally. So,
Yeah. Like everyone has their own triggers. You just have to figure out, and you have to figure out the balance for your own body of what works
right,
and what doesn't work.
right.
Yeah, that is very true. So I think, yes. So, that is it. Basically, we will continue to be case studies on ourselves because, yeah, every new one we get, if it, we'll just keep it in the circle, be like, hey, this works. Oh, try this. Maybe this will work. And that is exactly how I ended up with 14 supplements in my but I think at some point I'm gonna supplement myself out of here. Like I think I have to like see what's really do sort of like a food diary and take
Yeah.
what's out and what feels good because at this point then it's like you take so much. It's like, why?
How many supplements do you take, Jen?
Now or like yesterday? Because it all depends. So lately, I've been taking vitamin C with, I have a mix of bromine, turmeric, and the quercetin. So that's all in a pill. And then omega-3.
Hmm.
And then I've been taking some fiber. And then the Pepsid and Claritin.
And you just time those two to your cycle, the Pepsid and Claritin, or you're just taking them all the time?
No. I'm timing
Okay.
those. So like the research that I saw, it said like maybe around 11, day 11 and to day 15 around ovulation. But again, every body is different.
Right.
Right.
And then I want to say it said like do start again at day 25 to like 28, and then if you feel like you need to go a little bit longer, you can. So again, I started a day late, so next time I'll try to prevent
Live
um
and learn.
the anger towards my husband by starting a day earlier next month. So unless he makes me mad and I don't want to and I just want to be mad at him. Sometimes you need that. They
That's
need
true.
that.
That's true. Keep him on his toes. Keep him guessing.
Guessing.
Yes.
But yeah. I mean, in that it has worked really well. Even prior to learning all of this, so Saturday we were doing like renovations and stuff, and I just felt that like frustration where the cord's not long enough, like the cord's not reaching, like it's nobody's fault, but like why is this such a struggle kind of thing. And I was getting so mad about that. But then the next day when I learned all of this and I had all I had in the house was a children's Claritin, so I took children's Claritin. Just the almost like once it felt like it kicked in, the relaxation that I felt, like the like, okay,
Wow.
so this is not a big deal. And I think like with the rage moments that I've had that I've talked to doctors about, and they're like, oh, I think they're justified or whatever. Um, in my head, I know that I wouldn't normally be this upset with whatever the situation was, and I couldn't get myself out of the anger. Like I knew it, but I still wanted to be, not even wanted to be, but I was still angry. Um, so hopefully, like maybe that was just a histamine spike, and
Right.
taking something, like a antihistamine will help in those situations. But no one suggested that it was perimenopause. No one in the whole year of any of this was that
Right.
ever brought up.
Yeah, welcome to menopause, because they won't let you know until, you know, I don't know. For me, it was when I was reading the summary after you went to the doctor, and it says, visited with a postmenopausal one. I was like, wait, I'm postmenopausal. What happened to peri and menopause? Which, since doing this podcast and doing research, we found that menopause is just that one day. Weird when your period is gone for 1 year. But but hopefully just getting the information out more,
Mm-hmm.
you will be going to the doctors and they will mention it to you much earlier than they have for some others. So that's the takeaway, that, hopefully everybody is continuing to learn through this and won't treat it like such a dirty word. I
Right.
mean, there's so many other dirty words that you can use, which I have favorites myself, but I don't think menopause or perimenopause should be one of them.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, since it is around the holidays soon, with all holidays, Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, all coming up, what are some of your like traditions that you like to do?
Me.
I'll ask Jen first. Yeah.
So I worked with this coworker years ago that she hates Christmas music until like, I don't know, the week before December. So I always like to, around this time of year, text her and let her know that I'm listening to Christmas music just to, start that conversation. My Mariah Carey is about to thaw out. I haven't looked on Sirius yet to see if it's playing
That's
Don't
Christmas
all.
do it.
music. But I do enjoy Christmas, the time of year, so why not extend it to be a little happier, longer kind of thing? No Christmas decoration has made it out of my attic yet, Melissa, so it's still
You're
packed
lucky.
away quite nicely. We still have pumpkins on the porch, things like that. So,
Nice.
I I don't know necessarily if we have any kind of, we make gingerbread houses,
Ooh,
Oh,
myself
that's
and the
nice.
fun.
boys, and
Those are
then
fun.
after Christmas we bash them apart.
What?
Yeah, with bats.
Nice.
I
Rage
3
room?
kids, rage room. Yes, we haven't done our pumpkin. I bought an extra pumpkin this year so that we could bash that with a bat, and my kids keep asking about that. So maybe today, maybe tomorrow we'll
Maybe
have
you
that
need to
rage room.
give them some Claritin. What's wrong? Why
No, they're just
crazy?
boys. But I do educate, I'm trying to educate them because there
Yeah.
was no education even for a female growing up, that I think even for men, like they're like, "Well, my wife now hates me." No, it's really not only you that I hate right now.
Right.
So just to give them like a little, like, you're going through puberty, I'm coming off hormones, like just to, so that they know that this is a normal part of life, not like, okay, well now she's just an angry, bitter person.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I love
But you're
that.
giving them the warning ahead of time.
Right.
Yeah. Early education.
Yeah.
It's perfect. What about you, Melissa? Any favorite holiday traditions?
Oh, humbug.
Oh, great. bah humbug with 2 Christmas people because, um, I used to only decorate, um, the day after Thanksgiving. That was it. And then I think I had to work. So I was like, well, I can't do that. So obviously just go the week before. And now this year, the week before, I won't be home. So now it's going to be November 12th. So in 11 days, I'll
Oh,
be
no.
having Santa's. I know him. That is that. Okay, yeah, yeah. No, that's not. We'll make her bring out the decorations
I'll just
early.
I'll
start singing some
decorate.
more.
I'll decorate, but I don't know.
You know everything you say before the word "but" doesn't mean I'll decorate. But
But I still believe it's a very commercial holiday intended to boost businesses profits. Conspiracy theory alert.
well, you could be an angry elf right now. That's what I say. I mean, it does boost, yeah. But I don't even care about shopping per se. I just love having the tree lit, and the lights are off, and you just see that. Yeah. So
I agree.
that's
I'm
just
into a tree, but yeah,
How about this? Real tree or fake tree?
fake tree. You know what, Jen? I have my tree decorated from last year, and then I put it in a bag. And this year, I'll bring it back out, and it'll be exactly the same as it was. It's and you don't have to clean up needles. Just
Yeah.
saying.
yeah. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, we do a fake tree. We did do a real tree, and then our son, when he was small, had just such horrible allergies.
Oh,
Oh, forget it. So now I find the fake tree that looks the most real.
yeah.
How about you, Jen?
We did real trees until they started to get so expensive, and now
Right?
we have a fake tree
Yeah.
too. And it is helpful because, I can pull it out whenever I want to, put it away whenever I want to, and no needles. And
Yeah.
the watering. I always forgot
Oh,
to water
yeah.
the
Oh
trees
yeah.
Yeah,
too.
that was a pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. We don't want a Christmas vacation situation
No.
going
But
on.
that's a great movie. We watched that at Christmas time.
That is another tradition too that, yeah, we do. And once it goes on, like whatever channel goes on, it's on a loop usually.
Uh-huh.
Wherever it
Yeah.
is, I don't care where, I'll watch it from the
Uh-huh.
beginning, the middle, the end. We just laugh the whole time.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah. Well, cool girls. Well, I think this was a great learning and educating because I had no idea that any of this occurred or so I'm thankful that you were up in the middle of the night trying to find answers because this now is all I am definitely going to try just for my sake just the
Mhm.
Brussels sprouts with a Pepsi just to see like the foods that still just don't,
Mhm.
like why don't they? Like I
Right.
used to eat Brussels sprouts all the time and now you get to the you're like, well, I'm 58, no more Brussels sprouts, why? So yeah, we'll maybe have to have you back on for updates and see how
Yes, for
everything's
sure.
going. And yeah,
We need updates for
Sounds
sure.
good. Thank you.
yes. And we wanted to say also the question of the week we also like to always give. Melissa has a question that we'd like to ask our listeners.
Is it how many supplements do you take? What has worked for you or not worked for you? How many supplements do you have in your medicine cabinet? Like, what is the extent of your supplementation?
Yeah, I think that's great because yeah, I mean everybody you gave us yours and it would be nice to find out from our other listeners.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you again. And as Melissa and I like to say, we will see you
Next
next
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Bye, Jen.
Bye, Jen.